It was lunchtime, and Shining Star told his coworkers that he is going out for lunch break, and that he will be back in half an hour. They told him that they will look after his bakery meantime. He thanked them and left. And he did walk to the small diner just around the corner, where he encountered his close friend Golden Sunset. Golden Sunset and Shining Star have been friends since childhood. They're so close. In fact, Golden Sunset was the owner of this diner and had been in her family since her parents' time. Hey, Golden. Hey, Shining Star. The usual, as always. You know it. Right, your food will be ready in, say, 5 minutes. Take your time. He sat down on a table and waited. After about 5 minutes, his lunch came out, and his usual lunch is 2 sandwiches and a drink. So, how's your bakery going so far? It's always busy these days. A lot of ponies going there to buy bread, cupcakes, you name it. Yeah, how's your bakery going? Asked Golden Sunset. Oh, it's going well, actually. A lot of ponies buying a lot of bread, sweets, all that. And I know your diner is going quite well as well. Yeah, during lunchtime is always a lot of ponies. And at that moment, a customer walked in. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to take care of this. No worries. I can wait for some other time. Thanks. And then he went back to her behind the counter to talk to customer. Shining Star was very happy to have Golden Sunset as his best friend, since they have been knowing each other since they were just so young, and that they have both had taken over the family businesses. After lunch, he walked up to Golden Sunset, paid for his lunch, and thanked her. She said the same thing and said goodbye. He was always thinking about her, after all, since they had known each other for so long, but it was one small thing that he hasn't even told anyone. Is that in fact, for a very long time now, he had been in love with Golden Sunset. And he has never told her that, not even for the past few years. Reason is that it's because that she had a boyfriend already. A boyfriend that she had been dating for the past 3 years. And that's the main reason why he's never told her about his true feelings. Because as was this was going for her, she was hoping that maybe this relationship with her boyfriend was this very serious. Because she had often told Shining Star that she and her boyfriend may, by end of the year, get married. Because they had talked about a marriage. Hearing those words made him heartbroken. It was like his heart being broken in thousands of pieces. But he still loved and cared so much about Golden Sunset. He loved her so much, and that he was willing to let her go in order to keep her happy. As he was just thinking that, he went right back to the bakery. Shining Star decided to just keep focused on his work, and after he closed the bakery for the day, he was on his way home. But on his way home, he saw a stallion that he immediately recognized. It was Golden Sunset's boyfriend, and he was walking along with a mare. He first believed it was just a friend of his. But then, as his mare and Golden Sunset's boyfriend suddenly started kissing in front of a building, he could not believe that Golden Sunset's boyfriend was kissing another mare, despite being in a long-term relationship for 3 years. He couldn't believe it. So he immediately hid behind something and just kept watching this. After he had left, Shining Star looked at both directions, but he couldn't see Golden Sunset's boyfriend anywhere. He left his hiding spot and went straight to Golden Sunset's apartment, and she didn't live that far from him. When he arrived at her apartment, she was a bit surprised. Shining Star? What are you doing here? Uh, can I come in? I have something to tell you. Oh? Sure. Do you want something to drink? No thanks. I'm fine. So, what is it that you want to tell me? It's probably best that we sit down. Oh? Is it that type of conversation? So both sat down, and at first, Shining Star didn't know how to even to explain of what he saw earlier. Golden Sunset just sat there and looked at her best friend in silence. Then he told her what he saw, and he went almost in every detail. While he was sitting there and listened to him, she sat there in silence, and after the Shining Star was finished, she sat there still in pretty much in silence, and she couldn't believe of what he just told her. She couldn't even believe that her boyfriend was cheating on her. But there was one question in her mind then. How long has this been going on? She thanked him for telling her, and he told her if she needs to talk to more about this or any support, he will always be there for her. She thanked him, and he left. A couple of days later, when he went back to this diner just to talk to her and have his just average regular lunch. This time there wasn't no other customers in the diner, so she went down to sit with him. He's like, so, how'd it been? I haven't been able to see you for a couple of days. You know, work has been so busy lately. She nodded. She said she had been doing well, but was still heartbroken. She revealed more what happened afterwards. The day after, her boyfriend came to see her at her place. Then she asked him about this, and the mayor. He didn't even deny at all. She was really surprised at how somehow he was actually so open about it. She asked him how long this has been going on. And if most of all, it had been going on for a whole year. Despite them being together for 3 years, but his cheating had been going on for 1 year. She asked him why. And his response is that because he is getting tired of her. She just told him, if you didn't love me anymore, or didn't want to be with me anymore, why did you just told me that you want to break up? He thought maybe that having her by his side and having this new girlfriend as the main girlfriend, and that she would be the side girl. She was devastated. She just told him to leave her place and never talk to her ever again. He said, fine, and then he left. She had informed her family, and they were both shocked, and even her dad was really angry. But what she told Shining Star, is that her dad went up to look after her ex-boyfriend. Well, let's say her dad was just had this conversation with him, just to make sure that he doesn't return and beg for forgiveness. And her ex-boyfriend said, I have no intention to do that. And that was the last time she even saw of him, because this other girlfriend wasn't even from Manhattan at all. She was from another town, and from what she understands, they left town to live together in her hometown. Ever since then, Golden Sunset had tried to move on and focus mostly on the family diner. But it has been a rough couple of days for her trying to process and try to focus on her own work, even despite having her family and some of her friends there. He told her that if she had this tough time, she can always rely on him. She said thanks, and he went back to his own work afterwards. But some time had passed from that. One day, when he went to see her place, he asked her if she wanted to go with him to see this movie that was going on. Since she had no other plans, so she said yes. They actually went to see this comedy movie that he thought maybe this could help her to cheer her up. Because despite the breakup, she has always have been so down lately. Even that when she smiles at work, it's a fake smile. Even though all her friends, including himself, knew it wasn't like a genuine smile. And even after they left the movies, both were laughing, and they actually went to a small diner nearby and then talked about the movie. And then they talked about one scene in the movie where about a couple. Then, even despite that shining star had been in love with her for so long, and the fact that she wasn't that long ago that she had a breakup with her long-term boyfriend, but he thought maybe it was time to confess his true feelings for her. And he said like, Golden Sunset, yeah? Can I tell you something? Yeah, you can tell me anything actually. Then he took a deep breath. You see, for a very long time now, I actually have been in love with you. She looked shocked. Wait, are you serious? Yes. Ever since you had your ex-boyfriend, I wish that I could have told you, even before you met him. But when you were still having your ex-boyfriend in your life, I never told you because I didn't want to jeopardize your happiness. And also that after your breakup, I choose not to even to tell you right afterwards. It wouldn't have been fair. You were in such bad position of all that, and I just, despite having that hasn't even been that long, I just want to tell you. That's it. Then he stood up and said, "Well, it was at least nice to see you have the movie." And then he put down his own money and left. He left her while she was just still sitting there. She was still shocked. She couldn't even say a single word before he even had. He left before she could say another respond. She tried to talk to him a couple of times afterwards, but he didn't want to see her. Not for like he didn't like her or anything. It just would have felt awkward for him. But one day when she went to his bakery, she asked if she could talk to the owner, but some of the workers there told her that he wasn't in anymore. At least, he had left town. She was shocked. She asked for details, like why, and how long will he be gone, or if he will be back. They told her that he left town about a day ago, but he will be back in just in a couple of days because turned out he had a family emergency. His grandmother had just died, and that he was close to his grandmother. She was the last of his grandparents that was still alive. She was stunned. She was stunned and also sad because she remembered his grandmother. She was a sweet lady. She was the one who taught her how to new recipes. So when he came back, she told him that she was sorry about about his grandmother. He thanked her for that, but then she said that she was willing to be with him as a couple. Wait, are you serious? She nodded. Ever since her being confessed to, she thought a lot about this. In fact, ever since the breakup and remember how much that he had been there for her, no matter what position or situation that had been going on. She was always there. He was always there for her. So, he was actually quite surprised, and they decided to simply be in an official relationship. And both sides of families was actually happy because at least they had known each other for such a long time. And after just being together for just 1 year, they actually got engaged. And they actually had just made plans of living together, but they haven't even made the move yet. But one day when she was actually at her place and that Shining Star was actually at her place, and suddenly there was a knock on the door. And when she opened, it was her ex-boyfriend. What are you doing here? I came back to ask you for taking me back. Oh, what about the man you was dating? She cheated on me as well. Well, you suit yourself. Please, let's give me a second chance. There's no way I'll take you back. Why not? I mean, you love me. Loved. Yes. Love you? Not anymore. In fact, I'm only engaged. You engaged? With who? There's no one else who loves you more than I do. Oh, really? Said Shining Star, and he walked around the corner. You? What are you doing here? What are you doing with my girlfriend? To be correctly, she's my fiancée, so you had to leave her alone. We're actually getting married soon. What? Yeah, so please leave her alone. What? You're cheating on me! No, you cheated on me! Remember? And then Shining Star said, listen, if you hadn't cheating on her, this wouldn't even have happened. You had to remember what you did. You were the one who caused all this. Do you think that she would even take you back if despite you cheat on her? Think on that for about a moment. Do you? No. Exactly. Do you think she would have changed her mind despite how many times you tried to convince her? No. Good thing too. But listen. We all make mistakes in our lives. But I'm pretty sure you will find somebody else to be with. Just give it a try. If I had to tell you this, I'll give you an advice. Try the speed dating service that we have here in Manhattan. It will probably not give you a guarantee to find some point right away, but at least give you opportunity that you will find maybe 1 or 2 matches there. So give it a chance. He nodded and left. Golden Sunset thanked her fiancé for being there for her. And a couple of months later, they actually even had their wedding. But they decided just having a small, close wedding with some close friends and family. And they actually had invited Golden Sunset's ex-boyfriend. Even though that she was actually a little bit surprised that Shining Star even suggested the idea. Well, she was not only one. Both sides of families were quite surprised that Shining Star actually had the nerve to invite Golden Sunset's ex-boyfriend to their wedding. And he told them the reason. After he had come back to her apartment, he actually ran into him at his bakery with another mare. And it turned out they were dating now. Even though that her ex-boyfriend and Shining Star, they ran into each other a couple of times and they eventually start talking to get to know each other. And her ex-boyfriend was genuine sorry about what he did. And he even introduced his new girlfriend to Shining Star, and she could tell that her new boyfriend was really genuine about his feelings. And after he told that to both side families, at first they were still hesitating to even believe in Shining Star's story. So he actually invited Golden Sunset's ex-boyfriend over just before the wedding, and they could see that he was very much genuine about his feelings. So they accepted it. Even though Golden Sunset herself was a little bit hesitating to even believe in any of those. But after seeing how happy they were together with her, how happy her ex-boyfriend were with his new girlfriend. And on the wedding, everybody was just having a good time. Golden Sunset was just happy that her ex had moved on. And just shortly after they had returned home from the honeymoon, she actually ran into her ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend on the street. They were just small talking, and she told Golden Sunset something that really much surprised her, is that she had been just been proposed by Golden Sunset's ex-boyfriend. Golden Sunset, well, she was pretty much happy to see that he was genuine and they were moving on. She made them, she may give them the best of wishes of happiness, and she thanked them. They thanked her. Then, about 2 years later, Golden Sunset and Shining Star made an announcement they were expecting the first child. Both sides of families were really happy about it. And later they found out they were expecting a daughter. And they were just happy. Then, about 4 years later, they were told they were having a boy. And they were just happy about this. But despite how many things that went through in both their side lives, especially what Golden Sunset went through, years earlier when she was still dating her ex-boyfriend, and when she found out that she was being cheated on for a whole year, she was devastated. And just not only a long time afterwards, when her best friend, her childhood friend, Shining Star of Outer Blue, confessed his true feelings for her, and so she realized he was the one that she was been waiting for the whole time. And he was just happy himself to have been able to confess his true feelings for his true love, and that's all he ever wished for. And this is how Golden Sunset and Shining Star found a true love, got a big family together. The end.